Guess who's coming to visit? Little blonde-haired cutie. Gotta move all my stuff. Come on, girlie. Oh, and there's Vaughn. And Mama.
I got my father.
Oh.
See anything?
Got the whole family. And one little tiny combine cab. What are we doing, my? Are we unloading?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the funnest part? What are you doing, bud? Are you trying to win free stuff on the gas station game?
Yes.
Oh. He loves his free stuff. This is the second dump on the new land that we're on now.
We got coffee for you, Dad.
So we got another about 145 acres or so.
Yeah.
First load of beans off this field. Got my right-hand man with me. So we're done hauling to town. I filled all my contracts. So I'm renting these bins for my neighbor in the hopes that bean prices will go up during the winter time and I can sell them then for a little more money and have a little bit more marketing options for where I want to sell them to besides just the elevator in town at Egtegra. But so we dump them into the auger and it takes them all the way up, and these bins hold about 3,000, 3,200 bushels when they're full. So now we'll start dumping here instead of going to town, and this is like 12 miles closer than going all the way to town, so this should be a little bit faster and not so much driving. What do you think? Looks like a good year. If anybody's afraid of heights, here's your chance not to watch. Gonna go up there and check it out. Can't really see it down there, but it's going in good. So this bin should hold about 3 semi-loads-ish, depending on how full they are. Look at that sunset. Wave to the audience. All right, now we're gonna go back down. Don't watch again if you're afraid of heights. It's always harder going down. Oh, I'm slipping. Just kidding, I'm down safely. Did I make you gas? Alright, we're back to the combine and it's all the way dark now, pretty much. Tiny bit of sunlight or sunset over there, but we got our lights on and we're gonna keep on going, see if we can get another semi full, and we'll see what time it is then. It's about 7:30 right now, so it seems late, but it's really not that late. We'll see. Oh, maybe we can get that bin filled up tonight. That'd be great. We'll keep going. As you can see, it's plenty dry. Oh, looks like I'm about full. That's my buzzer warning. But yeah, it's pretty dry. I'm gonna set you in here. Oh, maybe not. Gotta turn around. Bear with me. So if I go one way, the wind's kind of going with me slowly, and the dust just hangs. But with the light bar and spotlights I put on, it's gotten a lot better, and it pierces through that dust better. Let me just get lined up. Then you see this way, it's a lot better. Easier to drive, easier to see. I'll have to tell David that I'm about full. Have him come dump me pretty soon. But it's still running pretty good. We're gonna see how much we can get filled up. When I dump, I always slow my engine all the way down because I don't like to start the gearbox on my auger when I'm going full speed. When you slow down, at least to get it going, it's not such a jar, just a little bit easier on it. And it's not loaded, it doesn't have grain in it. So you get it going, get it moving, then I speed it up right away. So when it does get grain in it, it has enough oomph to get it out and push it all the way out to the end. So sometimes I'll unload on the go, but unless you're in a big hurry, I usually just stop. Takes, I don't know, a minute or so to unload, and then you just keep on going. A little bit easier on your equipment. But this will be the second one going on the semi. So we're gonna try to fill the semi, fill the grain cart. Grain cart holds about 1.5 of the combine dumps, and then get the combine filled up. Then we'll get that all dumped in the grain bins tomorrow morning. Well, we're gonna call it quits for tonight. The dew set in. It's weird, you go one direction, it's fine, you come back, the dew sets in and it doesn't want to feed properly. I plugged my feeder house once and it just didn't want to feed across the platform very well, so that's when you know it's time to call it quits and head to bed for the night. So it's about 11:30 right now, so we'll get the semi home, get that all ready. That's full with its second load that'll go in the bin, so we'll have that home, get it unloaded right away in the morning. I have a load of oats from a grain bin that I've been working on getting emptied. We'll take that in the morning as well. We'll take that to the Hoven elevator, get that unloaded, and then by the time we get all that done, then we'll, I think, head back here and start combining if there's not too much dew in the morning. So the dew, when it comes in and sets in, it makes the plants just a tiny bit moist, and when they're moist, then they just don't want to thresh properly. They get all tough and kind of, I don't know, like spongy almost. So it doesn't go through the combine very well. So that's when you have to quit. Beans and wheat tend to have that problem if you're going to try to combine at night. But corn, since you're just picking the corn cob, it's a lot easier to thresh, and that part doesn't really matter. So corn, you can pretty much go all night long, which is good and bad, because then you think, oh, I'm going to go all night long, and then you don't get sleep. So anyways, we'll check back in the morning. Welcome back for another day. We got moved to our place where we live. So we're just getting started on this field. This is my, I've done about a dump and a half so far. Dave's coming around with the grain cart. done. This field is really nice, really pretty flat. Contour is pretty easy to get through. Beans look pretty good, so we're gonna keep working at it. We got done on the other field we had been working on late last night. Got that dumped in the bin. That field did about 35 an acre, so that is my forest land that I farm. It's a little bit on the sandy side, so I was pretty happy with 35 an acre for that, considering last year it did about 15 with our severe drought that we had, and but none of my fields did over 20 last year, so it's a big night and day difference, which is a lot more fun to harvest. This field I'm hoping we'll do in the 40s somewhere. Even though it's not too far away, this is some of the best land that I farm, so we will see how it does, I guess. We'll keep going. Well, shut the combine down for a little bit. I gotta go to where the bins are, and we're gonna put a little bit more in the one bin and then move to the next. So it just takes two people, that makes it go a little faster. So David headed down with the truck already, that was full. So we've taken one full load off of here, then I'll take the four-wheeler, meet him down there, get him set up on the next bin. He'll have some more to unload. We'll probably get not even half the semi on this bin, and then we'll move to the next. But then I'll come back here, keep combining when he's unloading the rest of it. So we're down here where the bins are. We almost have the second one filled. Then we're gonna start putting it in one of these 3 bins here. I think we're gonna do this one next. I just gotta get a little bit of wheat cleaned out of here that was in here previously. Then we'll get this one done, but I'm gonna go bring the loader around and throw that wheat into there. And once we're done with the back part of the semi, I'll climb up there and check and see how full it is. Because when you auger it in, it forms a peak or like a cone, and you like to be able to shovel that flat so it stores a little bit better. So we'll see how high it is once we're all done. All right, so this thing is full. You can see how it forms a peak. It's not up to the top yet, but once I shovel it down, it'll be about even with that. So got 2 bins full. I'll show you what it looks like while we're filling a bin. Here it comes. So this little hole is so when I go to empty it, I slide this door and I put my grain back in there. Well, I'm gonna get a grain back. Put that in there and you suck it out. And then once you get it down enough, then you take out these pieces and then you can walk inside. But keep filling. Filling up with some soy milk. Veggie burgers, tofu, whatever you want with soybeans. Look who's with me. What did you do today?
Go to the dentist.
Did you have any cavities?
No.
All right. What are you eating?
Muffin.
Muffin. Are those ones you made for my birthday?
Yes.
They're pretty good. Okay, Vaughn's gonna take some video while I drive. Vaughn, what are the people that watch these, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to like, comment, subscribe, and share
the videos.
Yeah. Show them off to the side. it's working really good, but they just issued what's called a red flag warning, and I've never really heard of it too much before. But basically, it's kind of windy or too windy. It's dry, and it's good conditions for fires to start. So when you're combining, there's a lot of moving parts, and if you have a bearing go out, it's easy to start a fire. So we're offloading this last load here, and we're gonna go take it down. You probably can't see it, but down there is where the bins are at of my neighbors. So we're gonna take the grain cart down there and put it in the bin right away and get that all unloaded. Then we'll figure out a few other things to do the rest of the day. But so that's what happens sometimes. It's supposed to be really windy tomorrow, like 30, 40 mile an hour winds. Today it's been like 20, 25 mile an hour winds. So it's a good idea to quit and just play it safe. And I guess if you start a fire, supposedly insurance won't cover, you know, the damage to your fields or other people's and stuff. So just not a good risk to take to get a few more acres done. But we'll see. Maybe it won't be as windy tomorrow, but if not, we'll come back on Thursday and keep working at it. So that's just what happens. So get this filled up, we'll go find something else to do for the rest of the day. There's a couple more bins there that we do need to clean out, so I'll probably work on that. We'll just have everything ready to go, so when it does go, we can just move the auger from one bin to the next and make it a good, quick process. But we'll see you at the bin site. Well, we're down here where the bins are, just unloading the grain cart into the semi, and they'll dump it from there up into there. So, well, we took basically a day off. It's been so windy. When I checked the last little clip, it was so windy that it's just not safe conditions for harvesting, just for fire reasons. And it's windy again today. So in the meantime, I took some samples of the corn, and that should be ready by next week. So we're getting the corn head out, and we're gonna just do whatever tune-ups need to be done on this. Matt's here helping me this morning, so we'll get that all tuned up, ready to go. We did a lot of work on the corn head last year, put on new gathering chains, various bearings and stuff. So it shouldn't take much this year, but we'll get that ready, take it back off when we're done. We'll put the bean head back on, and this evening it looks like it's going to calm down enough that I can go start harvesting. It hasn't really been very dewy, so we'll go start harvesting again this evening. Hopefully get my place done. I got about 30 to 40 more acres left, and then I got another 40 after that, and then I'll be done with all my beans. So goal is to get that beans done this week and start on corn mid next week. So my brother Caleb's gonna come. He's gonna come help me with corn harvest for about a week, and then Sarah's uncle David's gonna come back. So I'll have another guy to help with corn. The reason why you need more people with corn is just because there's so much volume to move. If beans do, you know, 35, 40 bushels an acre, corn, if it does 120, that's 3 times the product. So 3 times more trips to town taking it in. So it'll be nice to have one person for the combine, one person for the grain cart, and one person for the semis. So we'll get this corn head going and just have the next thing ready for the next part of harvest. Okay, we got the head all serviced. So these are all the snoots that divide the rows. These are the gathering chains. They spin, and these paddles pull the corn cobs up. These are like the stripper plates, so the corn cob comes down, hits in between here, and it pops it off, then it takes it up, then augers it into the feeder house. But we'll put these back on. There's a grease zerk. You put a special kind of grease called corn head grease in here. It's a little bit different because when it gets warm, it turns to more of an oil, and so it just lubricates these gears and these rollers. The rollers spin this way, and the corn stalk comes in, and it pulls the corn stalk down and strips off the cobs. So you're not threshing the whole corn stalk, just the cobs for the most part. But got them lubed up. We put these chains on. They were all new last year. We did a lot of work to this last year, but this year it doesn't take much because it's in good shape now. So we'll get this put back on, we'll take it off. I got to do a little more service to the combine, then we'll get going well, hopefully tonight I can do a few more beans and get closer to finishing those up, but next week we'll be starting on corn. Alright, got it all put back together. We had to weld a little, this little ear right here, this had snapped off, so we just put it back on, weld it back together. So everything should be ready. We're gonna go set it down and work on the next thing for today. Wind's just whipping like crazy. I don't think anyone's really out harvesting just because of the fire danger again. But if it calms down tonight, we'll try to go again. Well, we're just finishing up the last of the soybeans. Took a few, well, 3-4 days off of filming. We had some really bad winds and we couldn't go for a couple days, and then I got started one night and we had a big rain and a bunch of water washed in through where my old cow lot field is right by my house. And I think with that there was a part of a railroad tie fence post that washed in, and I ended up picking that up with the header, and it got lodged right in the middle of the auger. And then there's a bunch of these fingers or teeth that take the soybeans or whatever you're combining and put it into the feeder house. Well, that ended up getting stuck there, and it sheared off 13 of those teeth, which they're meant to shear off at a certain point so it doesn't tear up your head or your auger. So that was good, but that took a little while to fix. And then, so I was looking for the pieces of metal that I didn't find, because they're about a 6-inch piece of metal. And I was crawling around inside the combine, and then I noticed that one of the walkers, the one we replaced last year, that had ripped 3/4 of the way through again. That one that we had gotten was a salvage one because we needed to get back up and get going. And I couldn't get a new walker, a straw walker, for a couple weeks. So this time I decided to wait a few extra days and get a new straw walker from a John Deere dealer up in Bismarck, North Dakota. So we went and got that. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday morning we got that put in, and there's quite a bit of stuff you gotta take apart just to get that piece in and out. It's about a 15-foot long piece that basically just spins on a crankshaft, and it helps take any like straw or the bigger pieces of chaff and spit it out the back into the straw chopper. So long story short, we were down for almost a week because of breakdowns. But now we're getting this done. It's Thursday night, October 19, I think last I checked, 19 or 20. So we're gonna finish up soybeans. We'll go home, we'll get this all loaded back into the bin, and then first thing in the morning we're gonna get started on corn. And we're gonna go to my first field, the furthest one away. Gonna get started there just because that's the furthest away. It's not on a main road, so if there is, say we get a bunch of snow, that part's done, we can have stuff closer to home to harvest. So but yeah, we're almost done, and here is the last of the soybeans for 2022. Just like that. So it feels good to be done with soybean harvest. They yielded pretty good, and I was happy with how they did. We had some pretty good conditions that they all just kind of worked out just right for them. So this is where I'm going to end the video for tonight, but thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so we can get this channel going and grow it so we can show more people what goes on the farm on a regular basis. But thanks for watching and have a good night. Bye.